The mainstream media told you we were crazy, but look who's laughing now. The receipts are finally out. Vic Mensa keeps trying to downplay FBA culture, but we're exposing his own contradictions. With his own words, Fauci just pleaded the fifth over 100 times under oath. Stephen A. is apologizing to Kyrie, and the Roland Martin scandal is blowing up. The Black Grassroots stand fully vindicated. Tap in live at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. You are now tuned into SincereluvdagodCast. Yo family, real quick, I'm proud to announce the soft launch of Sincereluvdagod's new book, From the Womb to Illmatic, a hip-hop inspired blueprint for unlocking your child's inner genius. This ain't your average parenting book, this is for the culture, inspired by Illmatic, built around his own son Seven's early development, and packed with real tools to help parents turn everyday moments into genius-level learning. If you've ever wanted to give your child a head start without losing your roots, this book is for you. Available now on Amazon. Order now and leave a 5-star review. You already know, we raising brilliance around here.
Hi, I'm Seven, and I'm the Super Harry. That means I ask big questions, I make big moves, and I come from something powerful. In this series, I grow through change, embrace my culture, and unlock the gifts that my ancestors gave me. These books are for kids like me, kids with heart, with pride, and with big dreams. Come join the journey. Collect all 4 Seven the Super Hero books and unlock your power. Available on Amazon and Kindle now. Order your copy today.
All right, peace, family. What's good? Peace. Welcome to another episode of SincereluvdagodCast. I am the God Sincere Love, back in the house once again with my lovely co-host, Nicety Girl. Came to work for once. Y'all decided to show up.
I had to call in. I have to use some of my PTO.
What's going on with y'all, man?
Good
to
y'all.
See everybody in the building. Yes, we definitely missed you, Nicety. We definitely missed you around these parts. So like,
I've been trying to keep up.
The first 2 weeks, I didn't even go live.
Oh,
because
wow.
I don't even be wanting to do the show without you. To be honest, I'd be like, man, yeah, you know, I need that energy to really bounce off of, and you keep me on my toes.
Right. I keep y'all entertained a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
What is it telling me? It's telling me to swipe. Does your TikTok do that? It was telling me to swipe or something.
I don't know. But yeah, man, we here, family. So y'all know what to do as y'all coming up in this thing. Need y'all to hit the like button, share this out on your social media platforms, let everybody know that we are live right now. Please do that. Because you know people are not getting the notifications. We are not getting boosted into the algorithm like that, especially with some of the things that we're going to be talking about today.
Man.
Especially with some of the things that we have to cover today. It's going to be a hot one. Y'all don't want to miss it. Y'all definitely want to tune in to today's episode. So yeah, share this out on your social media platforms and tell the family we are live right now with another episode of SincereluvdagodCast. You feel me? And so, yeah, welcome back, Nicety, man.
Well, thank y'all. Y'all, did y'all hear about that mass shooting yesterday? I think it was in Idaho, right?
We love TikTok shop.
Yeah, that pew-pewing in Idaho yesterday.
I did.
It was in Idaho, but they still haven't released the name of the pew-pewer.
It was in Idaho.
It was in Idaho. He was near, just pew-pewing randomly. I know 2 people that were charging their Tesla. I believe that was a husband and a wife. I believe the husband was unalive. The wife is still fighting for her life, and then he started pew-pewing inside of an In-N-Out burger. I know there was 3 fatalities and a few injuries.
Nope, I didn't.
And another person who saw it happening, what do you call it? He neutralized the threat. A bystander.
Shout out to brother Ish in the building. He said Nicey
What's
is
up, Ish?
echoing. I don't hear echo from Nicey. I don't
Really?
hear nothing.
Let me turn my volume up. Maybe it's because I'm on two devices.
Oh, maybe. Maybe.
I turned my volume completely off on down on TikTok.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that working now, Ish?
Shout out to Buzzer Cam. He said I'm tuning in from Twitch. Shout out to people tuning in from Twitch.
What's up?
We
Y'all
don't go
on
live
Twitch?
on Twitch that often, but
You got to get on Kick too.
You got a YouTube logo next to your name though, Buzzer Cam. You sure you tuning in from Twitch? You got a YouTube logo next to your joint. I don't know. But shout out to everybody tapping in wherever you tapping in from. I still can't go live on Facebook for a couple more days.
Lord,
I'm still in
Facebook
Facebook
always
jail.
harassing you.
Right. Right. So it is what it is as far as that. But yeah, I wanted to shout out, man. Y'all heard about the brother that walked from Philly to California?
Yeah.
To raise money. His purpose was to raise money to open up a trade school.
Yeah.
I think he was trying to raise like $200,000 or something like that to open up a trade school. And he walked from Philly all the way to California. I don't know what part of California.
Right.
But he
I heard
made it
about
all
him,
the way
though.
to California on foot. Shout out to that brother right there.
Talk about goals.
Man, I'm talking about, okay, there you go. I see you. Okay, so you must be tuning in from two different devices. Okay, I see you. But, yeah. The brother over the mountain and through the woods, through the deserts, everything. I'm like, that's some dedication right there for your ass. And then, he had like, of course, a whole fitness transformation along the way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So just documenting everything. I think he got hit by a car once or something. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. But that was dope. That was some real inspirational stuff to see, positive stuff to see. People doing out here on the internet to, to go viral and to make money and, you know what I'm saying? All the stuff that people be doing goofy stuff for. You ain't got to do that.
It said Umar should take notes.
Umar is not walking his ass nowhere. You cut it out.
You hear me?
Umar, he going to walk to the In-N-Out Burger. That's what
Right.
Umar going to walk to. Yeah. Oh, you saying because that's how he raised the money for the school? No, nobody, he got the money. He don't need no more
Ben
money.
got the money.
Raising money ain't the problem. Or it wasn't the problem.
No.
That wasn't the problem. Maybe he need to get his steps in. He might need to get his steps in, but raising money wasn't the problem. So, yeah, I don't know. But shout out to that brother. We could big one up without putting our foot on the neck of the other one. I just wanted to big that brother up because I thought that was a dope story. But why my joint ain't playing over here? What's going on here? Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. All right, cool. But yeah, man, I think we need to jump right into some of these topics because we got a lot to cover today.
Yeah.
And each one of these topics could be its own broadcast. And so I think I want to jump right into the Vic Mensa situation.
Another tragic. I don't even want to call him a mulatto because that's designated to me for foundational Black Americans. People that are of mixed race that are foundational Black American. So he's just a tragic tether to me. You know what I'm saying? I watched that video that you sent to me, and it's the same story. I got teased because of my hair. I got teased because of the way I dress. Like, it's the same story. Like, no one has anything new to talk about.
Yeah, but he's both though. He's absolutely both. He's a tether, but tragic mulatto is really a psychological condition.
Right.
And he definitely 100% suffers from that. And he's a textbook example of that. Yes, I know what you're saying. You know, as
Yeah.
far as that designation, that
Mm-hmm.
that title designation, but they had the same thing just in other languages. They had their own Spanish words for it in other colonies and French words for it in other
Well, what's
colonies and
they
stuff like
word?
that.
Because I don't want to attach him to us because it just he irked me.
Well, his daddy from Ghana,
Yes.
and his mama is Caucasian, and
Right.
so that was Britain, right? They spoke English
Yeah.
too, right?
But again, it's the same story. I was teased about my clothes. I was teased about my hair. My father was a professor. My mom, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
dude, man up. Get
right,
your bag and chops up. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like,
That's
black people were not um ragging on you because you were biracial. It's
right,
just what we do, and we give it to each other. And
right,
if you were raised amongst that culture, I'm sure you saw that. You were not picked on just because of that. We all got picked on.
right. Exactly. And we're gonna play some of the clips so y'all can know exactly what she's talking
Hey,
about
Mama
too.
Love.
Shout out to Mama Love in the building. What's going on? Shout out to, excuse me, y'all. Shout out to Crew Reality in the building. B1
What's
family,
up,
I see
boo?
y'all. I see y'all. Make sure y'all sharing this out, family. Again, people are not getting notifications and all of that. Make sure you're hitting the like button and make sure you're sharing this out. And of course, shout out to Mama Love with the $20 super chat.
Thank you,
Definitely
Mama.
appreciate that. And those of y'all that be hitting the Cash App, shout out to y'all too. I be forgetting
Appreciate
to
y'all.
shout y'all out sometimes because I don't get the notifications. I be using my other device. You know what I mean? So I don't be getting the notifications while we're live. But every now and then we do get blessings on the Cash App as well. The Cash App
Thank
is
you.
$GodCast ENT. I think. Don't get me lying.
Look, and I can't even help you out because I don't remember.
Don't send the wrong person no Cash App, by the way. Don't send it to the wrong person. Let me make sure. Oh, I had to reset this up, matter of fact. I had to reset this up. Alright. But either way, shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. So yeah, we're gonna get right into this Vic Mensa situation. So Vic Mensa, I know y'all been seeing him doing his routine where he's picking the orange off the tree and talking about us. Just talking about us. We talked a little bit about it. I think I talked a little bit about it last week. Nicely wasn't here when he was responding to Cam.
Right.
And so Cam had came out and said what he's been saying for a long time, that he don't like the African American term. He's just black, and he don't see himself as being an African. He's American.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But also, Vince lied on him, kind of, and said that Cam was saying that Africans stink and stuff like that. When in fact he didn't say that. He said someone else told him that. He
Right.
never said that.
Right. And it was the guy that he was talking to on the podcast who was basically advocating for, well, he was on the side of, you are African. He was trying to tell
Right.
Cam he's African. He was trying to say, because we black, that means we're African. He was on that
Right.
shit. And he's the one that said that he went to Africa and that they stunk. He was the one that said that.
Man,
So it wasn't
listen.
Cam. So they're trying to associate Cam saying that he's not African and the African stink thing with that being some type of low self-esteem or us not wanting to be connected to Africa because we're ashamed because the picture that the white man paints of Africa, and that's how they're trying to play that. We're just brainwashed into
No,
hating
we're not.
Africa, and so we try to do anything and say anything just to detach and disassociate ourselves from it. And that's
Well-
another thing about it, because Vic Mensa and the rest of them, they do the straw man argument where they're saying, they're speaking as if we don't know that we have African genetics, that
Right.
we don't understand that that's a part of our history.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We understand that.
Mhm.
We also understand what an ethnogenesis is.
Right.
We also understand what the difference between culture, ethnicity, and nationality and race
All the
and all
things.
of those things are. We don't conflate those things. So when we speak, we're being very clear, speaking in specific terms
They know.
about our lineage. So nobody should be confused. Y'all are
I
not
don't think
confused.
they are.
Exactly.
They're not.
Y'all are not confused. You're trying to use confusion as a weapon to muddy up the waters and make it seem like we're saying something that we're not saying. So we have to constantly defend against a straw man argument. We're not doing that.
Right. And by the way, you know, and saying that, you know, certain parts of Africa, all of Africa, whatever was said, you know, stink. In Nigeria right now, there's activists right now that's trying to get laws passed to make sure that public defecation ends in Nigeria specifically, and that's in 2026. You know what I'm saying? So if someone is saying, you know, it stinks, let's not pretend that in certain parts of the continent, open defecation does not happen. I'm sure it stinks. That's no shade, you know what I'm saying? But you have people there on the ground right now complaining.
Not FBA people either.
Non-FBA, the people that live there, the people of Nigeria, you know what I'm saying? They're complaining and trying to get laws passed to stop public defecation.
All right, so yeah, fix my light here. Boom. That's better. It's a little better.
And also, can we talk about what's going on with the South Africans and other, I guess, immigrants?
They got a tether problem.
You know, yeah, they have a problem over there.
They have a major tether
They
problem.
don't want other Africans from other parts of Africa coming over there, taking their jobs and all the things.
Undermining them. Literally pretending to be them. They got fake passport scams and stuff, going on, where they're actually going overseas. They're traveling to other countries abroad, to Europe and over here, with South African passports, pretending to be from South Africa when really they're from Zimbabwe, they're from Nigeria,
Uganda.
They're from all these other places, and they're going abroad, tethering as a South African, getting caught up in crimes and scams and all of this stuff. And the South Africans is like, yo, that ain't us. They delineate.
Okay, Mama Love said I'm still echoing. I don't have anything else open.
I don't hear the echo. Maybe the mic?
Mine?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't hear the echo at all.
Let's see. Let me turn it off and see what happens.
I don't hear the echo at all. But while she's doing that, let me pull this clip up of Vic Mensa. Now I don't hear you. Turn up the volume on your device. Hold on. Let me see if it shows you muted or something. Because now I don't hear you. Hold on. Say something.
I turned it back on. I'm going to turn it down.
There you go. There you go. There you go. I hear you. Now you got to turn it up. You got to turn it up more than that. I don't hear you.
What about now?
Yes, I hear you now.
You can hear me now?
I hear you now. Let us know if she still got the echo, y'all. Let us know if she still got the echo. Shouldn't be an echo. Hopefully not. Dang, why is it doing this now? Come on. Let me get this over here.
Vince Tether Mensa. I hear it now.
You hear the echo now?
Yeah.
Damn. You hear me echoing or you?
No, I hear myself twice.
I hear a faint echo of myself.
It says no echoing.
Crazy. All right. So if there's no echoing, then if there's no echoing in the chat, then we're gonna just proceed.
Yeah.
If they're saying there's no echo in the chat, we just gonna proceed.
Yeah.
All right, but let's start here. Ladies and gentlemen. Let me go back over here. Here we go.
Somehow the arguments just keep getting weaker. So let's dive into it.
I'm not from Africa, bro. And you might be, I don't know, Eritrean.
Niggas don't want to.
And I don't know who that brother is that he's reacting to. Do you? Are you familiar with
Never seen him.
the brother that he's reacting to, that little clip that he's playing? And this is what I'm saying. They don't never respond to the right people.
On purpose.
They don't do no reactions to our videos.
On purpose.
They don't do no reaction to our videos, to people that know what the hell they talking about, that's really breaking the game down, because there's nothing to debunk. So I don't know who that brother is, and he just played a little quick snippet. I don't even know. The brother might have been spitting fire. I don't know what the brother was talking about. He's played a little quick clip of the brother saying Eritrean incorrectly, mispronouncing Eritrean. Now they saying we both echoing. Come on, man.
I don't hear you echoing.
Come on, man.
Let me go on YouTube.
I don't know. I didn't change anything. If I was fine before, I don't know why I would start echoing all of a sudden. Am I good? Can you hear me? Mic check 1 2.
I hear you fine.
Come
no
on,
echo.
Man. I don't like these tech issues interrupting the game. But let us know in the chat. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Are we good? Ladies and gentlemen. Actually, let me check right here real quick. I don't hear no echo.
I don't hear it either.
I don't hear no echo. I just did the playback on my TV. I don't hear no echo. So I don't know what's going on with that, but we're gonna keep it pushing. Hopefully it's not too janky. But yeah, the dude, he just had the dude mispronouncing the word Eritrea, and that's what he's reacting to. It's not like the dude made a point or nothing. He just said the word Eritrea wrong, and he's reacting to that, saying these are where the I'm not African arguments fall apart. Okay, that's the starting point. That's what you're gonna debunk? I don't get it.
Take DNA tests? Fine. But plenty of black Americans have. This 23andMe study looked at 5,000 self-identified African Americans and found average ancestry 73.2% African, 24% European, and 0.8% Native American.
So they always gotta go to the DNA argument.
Right, which they're using the exact same markers for every damn body, and we know that. So we're all gonna have a little or a lot of something.
Right. But first of all, even before that, because we can go back and forth about the efficacy of these DNA tests, the reliability of these DNA tests. We could talk about that. People can argue for or against it. But again, it's a straw man argument anyway, because we already know that we have African genetics. We already know that if we take a DNA test, it's going to say something about Africa, Europe, and even Asia in some cases, in some of our cases. It's going to lead us back to those places. We know that. Mm-hmm. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about
at all. You know what?
Because that's the case for everybody on the planet.
Right. Now, I remember, I don't know if you guys remember years ago, Rock Newman did the ancestry test. And it basically gave him zero African ancestry. And like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Right. He was more Caucasian than anything. And he's like, wait, hold on. I've been black all my life. Right. My family been black. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gave up. When that happened to him, I was like, I'm never taking one of those things. And I haven't.
I don't got a problem with the DNA test per se. If people want to do the DNA test or whatever the case may be, the thing is, it's inconclusive.
Right.
It's only telling you a small part of the story. And it's not pinpointing you to anybody specific. You got people now who are trying to connect Black Americans and other Caribbeans and all of that with people that are alive today on the continent, and they can't do it. They can't do it. They can't find no connection with none of these DNA markers from the people that are over here in the Western Hemisphere to anybody that's on the continent today.
My thing is, if whatever, African, tribe or ancestry you connect us to, why they didn't come get us? Where's our help? You know what I'm saying? So trying to lead us back there or over there in any kind of way, what is your point?
Yeah, right. What good does it do us to know that? Let's say we didn't know that. Like y'all trying to make it seem.
Right.
We just so dumb. We just don't know where we came from. We just ignorant. Let's just say that is the case. We just didn't know, and y'all right. Okay, what good does that information do now? Now that we know,
Right.
we got some ancient African DNA somewhere. Okay, what we supposed to do with the? How is that supposed to be so valuable
Right.
to us to know that? Even though we already know this, but I'm just
And
saying.
also,
Since y'all enlightened us now,
your Ghanaian daddy, he didn't raise you in Ghana. He
Right.
brought you right on over here under us.
and he went and came and got the first white woman he could find. Too.
Boom. And they still together.
You a 90-day fiance baby. You know what I'm saying? Let me let him finish cooking. Because it's a lot to go through. It's a lot to go through here, but we're going to get through it.
If you want to look it up yourself, in Journal of Human Genetics. Now cue the same nigga who believe a YouTube root they heard from you part 17 being like, nah, I need a stronger methodology than DNA science. Just fuck. Next, let's look at literature. Zora Neale Hurston has a book called Barracoon, which is a first-person account of the last enslaved African brought to America in his own words. A man named Cujo Lewis, originally named Oluwale Kosola, told her about the Dahomey raid on his village, where he was held, the Clotilda ship that brought him here, the name of the slave owner, his time in servitude in Alabama, and later his founding of Africa Town. Oh, and they found the boat, nigga. Archaeological evidence. Let's examine religion. Catching the Holy Ghost looks eerily similar to this Yoruba Orisha possession ceremony, doesn't it?
This is the part where everything that we do is really African anyway.
Man.
This is the part where everything
we got it from them
that we do is really African anyway. They'll show any little remote movement that we made that was the same or similar, and that's where we got it from. That's where it comes from. And all of that other stuff that he said, it doesn't have anything to do with the ethnogenesis.
At all.
We still had an ethnogenesis. Right. That's not new information. None of that information is new. That doesn't change the fact that we had an ethnogenesis just like everyone else. Just like everyone else. If we were able to go back and find an African ancestor, if we were able to actually do that and pinpoint a name of a person that came from Africa that's one of our ancestors, we would have to go so far back. You wouldn't be able to go that far back into your ancestry and tell us the name of your ancestor 500 years ago. You can't do that. So does that mean that you don't know where you're from? Because Ghana wasn't a nation state that long ago.
right.
So because your father is a Ghanaian, is he lost and confused? He don't know his history
Right.
because he can't tell you who his ancestor was 500 years ago? That's the logic.
Well, no, his father came over here and got educated, so now they're all smarter than us FBAs.
And that's the exact energy that he has too. That smartest nigga in the
Yep.
room, and don't know what the hell he talking about.
Smartest dummy in the
Just-
room. That's what he is.
Just arrogant and wrong.
That's damn sure not how the Queen's church does mass. Fuck.
Queen's Church. We're not saying we got nothing from Europe.
Right.
We're not saying that our culture comes from Europeans. What did that have to? What was that? That's not how the Queen's Church. We don't give a damn what the Queen's Church
They do.
do or ever did.
They do.
That ain't got nothing to do with us.
They do, though.
Right.
What is you talking about? I may sound thirsty, but it's more of a hunger. Let's talk food. Gumbo is a Bantu word for okra.
Oh,
Ngumbo.
Lord, here we not the
Okra is not
gumbo.
native to America. It came with the slaves, brother.
Oh,
It's tired. I'm tired. Why doesn't it look the same or taste the same, fool?
y'all food do not taste like nothing from New Orleans.
Don't look like,
or
smell like, or
Charleston,
taste like.
South Carolina somewhere, because really those are the places where they really cook with a lot of okra like that. That's not like a staple in Black American cuisine like that. Only in certain places.
Only in certain places, and I don't like gumbo with okra.
I didn't grow up eating okra a lot of times.
I don't like gumbo with okra at all. I don't put it in mine.
I didn't grow up eating okra
Me
like
neither.
that. Okra wasn't used like that in a lot of our meals growing up. I got introduced to okra from Caribbeans.
I knew
That's
about
how I got
it,
introduced to okra.
but it's not something that my mom cooked because she doesn't like it.
Yeah, that's in certain FBA sectors
Right.
where they eat that like that. And okay, it's still a moot point because okay, y'all eat one particular vegetable that we eat or two particular vegetables that we might eat. Okay.
I eat bok choy. Does that make me Asian? Jeez. I love bok choy. Eat it weekly.
How about dance? You mean to tell me footworking from Chicago is different from this Vodun dance I saw in Ghana? That shit look like Walla can.
Yes, it's different. Yes, it's different. The motivation for it is different. It's a different expression. You know what I'm saying? That's a voodoo ceremony that's taking place there. They're trying to evoke a specific energy and a specific spirit into the atmosphere, being very intentional about that. That's not what's going on in Chicago.
No.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah. It's the same shit, nigga. Here's where I'm gonna end, because it's hot. Niggas in my comments talking about a book called They Came Before Columbus, but they clearly didn't.
Say what?
I have a problem with him saying nigga. First of all, you're not
I know, because he like a white man, right?
and your mama is German and Scottish.
It just feels like a white man.
It feels like a white man saying it. I don't like it.
It's giving white LGBT.
Right.
It really gives white LGBT. Because you know Vic is also known to cross dress from time to time. Y'all know that, right? He likes to wear makeup and leotards and skirts and stuff like that.
Non-FBA stuff.
He's into that. Now, I don't knock nobody's lifestyle. I'm just saying, just so we know who we dealing with.
Read it. I did. The book makes the argument that Africans reached the Americans before Columbus, evidenced by sculptures in South Central America called the Olmec heads.
Okay, so yeah, he's talking about the book They Came Before Columbus, Dr. Ivan Van Sertima. And so, yeah, you're still going back to ancient times. And now look, I've always said this and pointed that out. When we talk about the indigenous black people that were already here in America, at some point they did come from Africa, just like everybody else on the planet. You know what I'm saying? At some point they did. Right. Just like everywhere else on the planet where they got black people, at a certain point they came from Africa. Whether they in North Sentinel Island, where they've been there for 60,000 years, whether they're somewhere else over there in Asia, different remote parts of Asia where they got black ass people with afros on their head, out in Micronesia and Australia and all those places, Melanesia and all these places where they got all these black people with afros on their head. They left Africa thousands of years ago too.
And they don't identify as African, I'm sure.
Right. They have their own unique history and culture that was created where they are when they have their ethnogenesis. We're no different than them.
Than the rest of the world. What it is these tethers don't have anything without foundational black Americans. And instead of them saying that, they want to Africanize us to make us equal to them. It's almost giving Fat Joe, we 50-50. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not. Mm-hmm. Our culture is our culture. Our culture was born here, you know, based off of our experience here on this soil, has nothing to do with Africa. That has been erased from us 500 plus years ago. We have had an ethnogenesis. We are not the same people. That's no knock to you guys at all. And I think that that's their problem, is they look at it as we're knocking them. And we're not. First of all, y'all knock us. We have more education. You know, our families push more education. You guys don't care. You guys are gang members. All the things, you know, the stereotypes that they come here with. We don't have those stereotypes with you guys. We've always welcomed you. We've always called you guys our cousins, our brothers, and our sisters. I haven't heard that from y'all. Unless you want something.
Yes, indeed. And so I do want to say this too, because this is another thing that I've been pushing for a long time and advocating for a long time. Us in the FBA grassroots, we have to make sure that we are constantly delineating from some of the weirdos in the indigenous crowd.
Oh yes. Oh, so many of them.
Yeah, those who are on the really America is the motherland and everything happened in reverse. They told us history in reverse. Those people, we have to make sure that we constantly delineating from that as well and distinguishing ourselves and being very clear about the difference between us and them. Because I believe part of the Vic Mensas and them, what they do is they conflate us with them. They'll make their argument against some shit that they be saying.
I don't think so. I think that they know the difference between us and them, but because they make makes their argument maybe a little more stronger, that's where they lean to. That's know. My point. You know what I'm saying?
That's my point. I'm not saying that they're dumb or that they don't know what they're doing. They absolutely know what they're doing. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they're mistaking us for them. What I'm saying is that's how they get away with these straw man arguments. Because there are people out there that are saying some of these things.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
You know what I'm saying?
They call on Tariq's platform all the time. We like, what are you talking about?
Right. And so my thing is, y'all need to put an address on that shit. If that's who you're addressing, y'all need to be clear about who you're addressing. If y'all talking about them, put an address on that shit, and you ain't gotta worry about us. You know what I'm saying? And so I just want to throw that out there too, because there's a lot of that. There's definitely a lot of that. And so let me continue with Vic. So yeah, he had that to say. After, you know, the first one was him responding to Cameron, and then he was getting backlash from that, and then that was the part 2 of what he made to the backlash. And so there's people out here all over TikTok and Instagram going in on him, debunking his bullshit. And one of the brothers that does a great job is what is his name? More F Boss on IG?
Yeah.
Or is it Morph Boss?
I don't know if it's More F Boss or Morph Boss, but I like his content, even with the Nolan Wells stuff.
He does a great job with his research and all of that. So shout out to him. Let me play some of his response to Vic Mensa.
I don't know why Vic Mensa is telling Black Americans how they should identify and that we should call ourselves African. Because, roll the clip.
And I'm not African arguments just keep getting weaker. So let's dive into it.
I'm not from Africa, bro. And you might be, I don't know, Eritrean.
Niggas don't want to take DNA tests? Fine. But plenty of Black Americans have. This 23andMe study looked at 5...
That's like, man.
You got Shaka Bars in the comments talking about you look Ghanaian. Talk about this brother look Ghanaian. Really?
And where?
This brother right here? Really? Come on, man.
It makes me think about how I learned that race is a false concept and that it's fictitious. I mean, growing up in America, obviously I grew up as a black man, black boy. Before that, at some point was considered biracial, but that kind of fades. And when I went to South Africa, though, and I'm meeting colored people, and with the OU, you know what I mean? Yeah. And this is a completely different societal distinction. And I realized that people are considering me to be colored and that I'm not black. And I'm like, no, I'm black. They're like, you're absolutely not black, you know? And it's such a different distinction of what is black versus what is not black in South Africa. Then when I go to Ghana, they call me Obroni. Obroni means white man. It means foreigner, but it also has a slightly like praised connotation in a colonial sense. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like a foreigner, but it's a bit uplifted.
It's an exalted.
That's deep.
It's uplifted because you light skinned?
That's deep, family. They have a word, and you see Trevor Noah had his own word for it. Right. Trevor Noah's from South Africa. So they got a word in Ghana, and they got a similar word in South Africa that they refer to the white man, the white foreigners that come over there, that has a positive, exalted connotation to it. We're referred to as Akatas.
Right. Cotton pickers.
You know what I mean? We're foreigners, but when they see us, they see Akatas and Jareas and all of that, depending on, you know, which part of the continent you're dealing with. But when they see white people show up, they got an exalted word for them.
Which is crazy. Yet, you don't see Vince or Shaka Bars or anybody else. You know, if you notice, they don't address white supremacy a lot. At all. You know what I'm saying? But they sure got smoke for us, don't they?
Not only that, even when you look at the 154 podcast, like I said, every guest that they have on there, every single episode, it's about us. That's all they talk about is foundational Black Americans. They claim that the purpose of their podcast is to unite the diaspora and to unite all of Africa and all of that. But only Africans that they talk about is foundational Black Americans. That's the only Afro people that they got smoke for. Right? And so they're not talking about all of the tribal wars and shit that's going on over there, people bopping each other upside the head. They're not talking about how to fix none of that to bring about unity. If that's your goal, you want to bring everybody together, it's plenty of content to pull from people being off code over there on the continent. Why is all the focus on us? Why are we the main character?
What's the Nigerian sister we had on the podcast who was kind of breaking down, you know, tethers with us? The rapper, she's over here calling out, you know what I'm saying, Nigerians as well as South Africans and everybody else who's not speaking up about what's going on over there in Africa right now. Because again, all the smoke is for us. But when things are going on right now, 2026, where they're putting hands and feet, you know, on other Africans and treating them like, you know, crap. But then when they come over here, you know, and we say something about, you know, deportations and not supporting it, well, we just want a better life. We're coming here, you know, so we can support our families. Well, why aren't you saying the same thing for the Africans that's going to South Africa? Why are you guys beating the crap out of them and telling them to go home? Have that same energy for those people.
And that's also happening in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
They're trying to get rid of the Haitians over there and some of the other Caribbeans that's coming over there. Where else? I seen the same thing having a similar fight somewhere. It was in South Africa, it was Bahamas, and it was another place.
Everywhere.
I seen some of that same stuff that was going on.
Now,
but anyway,
the difference though is over here, since from the beginning, foundational Black Americans have been fighting the oppressing class. We have always been in a battle with them. We haven't just, you know, folded, you know, and dealt with it. We've always pushed against it and fought against it. Instead of them, where they're the majority, you know what I'm saying, fighting those Asians over there, the Indians that's coming over there taking over everything, and the Afrikaners, you guys are fighting other Africans. Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense to me that they would take that position.
Yeah, I feel you. And like I was saying about the clip, that's some deep shit that he was pointing out, right? Number one, about how they see him as a white man and they have an exalted term
he is white
for him because in their mind he's a white man. And when he was in South Africa, they told him he wasn't black, he was colored, because that's how their caste system is set up based on his complexion. No, you're not black. You definitely colored over here. I don't know where you come from, but over here you colored. And he understood where they was coming from. He didn't say, he didn't make a bunch of videos saying, these people are lost. They don't know that we all African and we all the same, nigga. He ain't standing in front of his orange tree lecturing them over there in South Africa. He understood, okay, that's their culture. That's how it is over here. Let me adjust to their way of doing things. And he accepted their categorization of him. He understood, okay, over here I'm brown. Okay. Over here I'm a brown. Over here I'm a colored person. And then in Ghana, he was a white man. And I'm sure he accepted all the exalted treatment that he was getting as a white man over there in Ghana too.
Because that stroked his ego.
And his daddy knew that. His daddy knew what he was doing when he made the choice to come over here and procreate with that white woman. That was intentional. He understood that his mixed race son would have a better life, would have better treatment and all of that in his homeland.
Now, why didn't he go over there and tell those Ghanaians and those Africans, no, we're all African. We're not colored.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not whatever that other name is. We're one African.
Right. And they only say that to us. They don't say that to nobody else. Nobody else on the planet gets told they don't got no culture. They don't even say that about
or
white
50,
people.
50.
And white people ain't got no culture. Ain't no such thing as white culture. Really, but they don't even say that about them. They don't say that about Hispanics, nope. You know, Caribbeans. All these people wave their flags around. They have their parades and all of that stuff. Their culture and their history and their uniqueness is celebrated, and nobody has a problem with it. It is literally only us that when we recognize our uniqueness, it's a problem.
Because we are the sauce. We are the ingredient. We are the magic. We're everything that they are not, where they are the majority. Think about it. For the most part, when they're talking about, you know, freedom fighters and, you know, people in history, they're always referring to foundational Black Americans for the first part, outside of Kwame Ture.
For the most part, yeah.
And who else? That's one that they'll probably talk about. And what's the actor name? He passed on, you know, that he's kind of, you know, about, was part of the civil rights movement.
Yeah, Mr. Deo.
There you go. Yeah, it's like,
I forgot his name.
Come on now.
Can't think of his name.
They can name 2 non-FBAs amongst a plethora of ours.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And so, yeah, man, like I said, each one of these topics we could do a whole episode on. So I want to get through some of this.
Okay.
Because I want to respond. I want to show y'all some of this video here where he's sitting down on this is on Viceland, fair use, by the way. He's sitting down with this therapist over here, and they talking about some deep shit with Vic Mensa's psyche. They get into some deep. Yeah, Harry Belafonte. Shout out to Divine Intelligent in the building.
That I couldn't think
Harry
of.
Belafonte. That's what she was trying to think of. Thank y'all for that. But this is heavy. And so, like we explained at the top of the show, we understand when we're dealing with a Vic Mensa that we are dealing with a textbook example of tragic mulatto syndrome. Mm-hmm. Literally textbook example. And in here, he really pours it all out. He really pours it all out. So let's play some of this. And there's a lot inside this video that we can really go through. We ain't gonna have time to do that today. But this video is 22 minutes long, and each section is really worthy of a reaction. So we might talk some more about this in some later episodes, but we ain't gonna get through it all today because we got other stuff to talk about. But let's tap in a little bit.
If I die, I'll be worth
damn. Excuse me, y'all. Had a feeling that was gonna happen
lately.
Had a feeling that was gonna happen too. Got to get that ad up out of here. But by the way, I don't even really believe the German part, to be honest. I don't even believe the German part. That's probably some lies she told him. Because you know a lot of
they all German.
Yeah, they always like to lie and say that they German. So, but she's a white woman. He could have just said that.
Right.
He could have just said
and he really didn't want to say what she was when he tried to stop it at that.
Right.
He really didn't want to go past that.
Exactly. He was very specific about his father.
Very.
He's from Ghana. And my mom, she's whatever. He mentioned her job. And like you said, he was going to stop right there. Mm-hmm. Shout out to son from Brooklyn. He was going to stop right there. But the psychologist, he did his job. He prodded. Okay, sounds like something's missing right there. You said your father was Ghanaian. Is your mother Ghanaian? No. she's a
Right.
white
He
woman.
didn't want to talk about that.
Right.
Because for him, it's embarrassing.
And so you're right. You're right. And so the doctor, here's where the doctor was a little bit off. His reply to that was, so you're bi-ethnic. No.
Mm-mm.
If we go by what he said, his father's Ghanaian,
Right.
his mother is German and
German.
Scottish. If we go by that, then he would be multi-ethnic.
Mm-hmm.
Bi-ethnic implies two different ethnicities. But in that case, he would be multi-ethnic,
Multi-ethnic.
if we're going to be accurate. But really, what the doctor was trying to say is that he's biracial. He's black and he's white. That's really more accurate to what the doctor was trying to say. If you want to talk about ethnicity, he's multiple ethnicities, according to him. If we're talking about race, he's biracial. And so what he says after that about his experience with biracial people.
And this is another lie they love to say. I wasn't accepted by one or the other. Multi-mud.
I'm sorry, you were saying something?
I'm reading the comments.
Oh, my bad. I thought I was playing the video.
No, we didn't see it.
My bad.
You hadn't started it.
My bad. Let me bring this back. I thought I was playing the video. Sorry about that, y'all. Let me bring this back. So like I was saying, after he said what his mother was, the doc said, oh, so you bi-ethnic. I see people have a lot of problems with that. So he's talking about his experience with biracial. Textbook tragic mulatto syndrome.
It's the same story. So everybody experience, no matter what part of America you're at, you have the same experience, yet you live amongst us. Y'all never live around white people.
Right. And like you said, then he goes into, I wasn't accepted on either side. That's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lie, because you grew up to now identifying as a black man.
So who accepted
you? At first at first you said you didn't feel racial at all when you were a kid. You didn't feel racial. And then at one point, he didn't say it in the part that I just played, but somewhere else in that video, he says at some point he became biracial. And then that faded away once he started getting a little older and he just became black. So basically, his identity is based off of how the world treats him. You know what I'm saying?
Like
he found out he was
Negro,
black.
a little beige Negro. Like at the end of the
Right.
day.
Right.
And we would have never known that your father was Ghanaian or anything. You could have just went with the black thing. But again, y'all try to put yourselves up here like you are above foundational Black Americans. So that's why they know that your dad was Ghanaian, because you put that out there because you thought that made you superior over us.
Well, he know it didn't, not in real time. He might have thought it got him some privileges, and it probably does in that industry that he's in. To be honest, you know what I'm saying? He's not whack or nothing like that. I ain't gonna say that. He could rhyme and shit like that, but it's there is some favoritism that goes on in these industries nowadays with foreigners. That is a thing. But yeah, if you weren't accepted by either side, why did you grow up to identify as a black person? Because that's the side that accepted you.
Yep.
They would have never accepted you saying you're a white man if you were on here saying, yeah, when I was a kid, I didn't feel very racial. And then at some point I became biracial, and now I'm just a white man. White people was never going to accept that.
No. You're a little too beige.
All this lies about not being accepted on both sides, and then the doc, he should know better. The doctor going along with that lie, talking about he's envisioning a game of ping pong. Hold on, let me play some more. Classic textbook tragic mulatto.
His hair extensions are bothering me. This nigga got faux locks.
I was wondering that too.
These are faux locks.
Thanks for that confirmation.
Yes.
Thanks for that confirmation. Yeah, and I told you he cross dresses, so that's on brand for him. That's on brand for him. But that's some deep shit, family. This is a therapy session. This is a therapy session. We going into the psyche of this man. And he's talking about, the question was, he talked about not feeling accepted by either side, growing up biracial, whatever. Doc asked him, okay, how does that make you feel? And that immediately brings him back to a time where he was depressed and he was trying ayahuasca as a form of treatment, because a lot of people do that.
And becoming a junkie.
And what he discovered, right, and what he discovered was the root of his problem was that he really, deep down inside,
wants to be white.
Wish he was white. He really wished he was white.
That's it.
He said, I was on the ayahuasca, I saw my mother's blonde hair, and a little voice in the back of my mind said, you always wanted to have blue eyes.
And still do.
Classic textbook. I was almost white. And that's why they have disdain toward the black community.
That's on brand
that's
too.
Why all the smoke is toward the black community.
You know why? Because his father got out against the black community. That's something that he was raised with in that tether household and with that German mama.
Right. Father came over here, got the first white woman he could find, anchored him over here, and raised him without any consciousness of his blackness, without any understanding of his blackness, no teaching him about his African culture and history and all of that. None of that was instilled in him. He was non-racial.
Right.
I think he thought he was just non-racial. All right. And so this is the person that we're supposed to listen to. He's trying to lecture us about how we're supposed to identify this confused individual who's confused about his own identity.
Why he should ask his father why he didn't raise him in Ghana, so he can get tapped into his culture.
This is the first time I saw this, but shout out to brother Ish. Thank you for the GOAT trophy.
Yeah, thank you, Ish.
It doesn't let me.
That's new.
It doesn't let me put it on the screen.
Does it?
It doesn't.
I see it in the comments.
Yeah, but it doesn't let me share it to the screen for whatever reason. That's the first time I've seen that GOAT trophy. 1,000 Jewels GOAT trophy. Shout out to brother Ish with the GOAT trophy. Appreciate that. Yeah. So we definitely not trying to listen to this confused Negro.
Right. Because he's still wishing he got blue eyes. Like, we don't walk around here wishing that.
Right.
Like we ain't walking around here like
at
that
all.
At all.
Even those of us that are
right.
mixed. I got biracial nephews and shit like that in my family. They black.
Right.
They know they black.
I mean, it don't even matter how beige they are. You see the black.
They know they black.
The world lets them know they
you know
black
what I'm saying?
too. You know what I'm saying? The world reminds them that they're black.
Yeah, and it's not always because this is how he came to identify with black. Being harassed by the police.
Here we go.
You know, all of that type of shit. Being criminalized and all of that shit. That's what let him know he was black. That's not the totality of the black experience.
Come on now. And that's how I feel like it's a lie. You know what I'm saying? Because again, they're all having the same story. And I'm not saying that he hasn't had an encounter, you know, or something like that. I'm not going to say that hasn't been his experience, but I know people, you know what I'm saying, that are black who've never had an encounter with police at all.
This must be a new feature, y'all. Shout out to Chief Jonesy 9054 with the jamming.
Oh, I see that.
$200. What is that? 200 jewels. That must be something new. Shout out to y'all tapping in with the jewels and all of that. Y'all hit them jewels up. I don't know what that is. That's something new. That's my first time seeing that.
And when he had his encounter with the police, was it because he had a pipe in his mouth? Was he tweaking off of the, you know what I'm saying, stuff that he was taking in, consuming? You know what I'm saying? You out here tweaking and stuff. So yeah, you're going to get pulled over if you're making, you know what I'm saying, you out here tweaking and looking weird. You know what I'm saying? You're drawing attention to yourself. Like, give us the context.
Reality said we don't claim him. Crew Reality said we don't claim him in Chicago.
Right.
Shout out to Chicago. But nah, this Negro is confused. Listen to this. I'm playing a little bit more.
You sexually confused too, if you ask me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on here. I'm pretty sure they had to clip some of that stuff out of this interview if they got real deep like that.
That is the root of my pain.
Wow. That's the root of his pain. He wish he had blue eyes.
Right. And blonde.
He wish he had blue eyes so bad, so that he went into a state of depression. He got on drugs. He started spiraling down this whole hole because deep down inside, I was almost white. Damn it.
He can go out there where T.I. wife went, and got her eye color changed. Like, you can get them blue eyes, bro.
Just go to Ghana.
Yeah.
You white over there, my nigga. You white in Ghana.
You know why he don't want to go there? You know why he don't want to go there? Because it ain't here with us.
Just go to Ghana and be white. All your problems will be gone. He's traumatized, y'all. How did Black America contribute to that trauma?
Didn't.
That's what we about to get into. According to Vic. Hold on. I feel like it's a commercial coming. I felt it.
Right.
It. I got my spidey senses up. I said a commercial about to pop off right here. Hold on. Let me get past this ad, y'all, so we can continue. In the meantime, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Share this out on your social media platforms. We cooking. Let me get past this ad right here. Y'all bear with me just a second. All right. Let me get this back up here. And so I got ahead of myself a little bit. My bad, y'all. I got ahead of myself a little bit because I watched the video already. But that's what I was talking about, where this is him getting ping-ponged from the white side. He was out spray painting. He was out doing graffiti or whatever. He was bombing something up, and he got arrested. And that was his reminder. That was his nigga wake-up call.
So you were doing something illegal, right? And so that's how you identify with Black, is when you're out doing something criminal.
Right.
Interesting.
Okay. I see y'all with the Let 'em Cook jewels and what else? MVP jewels and all of that. Shout out to y'all sending the jewels up in here. FBA Justice, Mama Love. Shout out to y'all sending the jewels up in here. Appreciate that. But yeah, so that's the white side that he's talking about. That's the white side ping-ponging him over to the black side. You don't got white privilege, so you can't. So the doc is saying, yeah, Black people accepted you because we understand being excluded.
Right.
So you being an outsider in the white community and all of that, we get it. Come on over here. You good with us. And so both of y'all understand what it is, but y'all still trying to say this ping pong thing.
It would just be like, I just didn't fully understand the custom of things.
I didn't fully understand the custom of things because it's not your culture.
Right.
You're from a different culture. You was raised by a Ghanaian man and a white woman. So our culture is a little foreign to you.
And imagine what his Ghanaian father was saying about him hanging with those foundational Black Americans.
Right.
Stay away from them Akadas or whatever the Ghanaians call us.
So he said, I just didn't fully understand the custom of things around his Black friends. Culture. So he was socially awkward and he got roasted. Watch.
Yeah.
That's all.
So, to talk shit yet.
You didn't know how to roast.
We said that from the beginning. Get your roasting chops up.
You got roasted.
Adapt.
We all got roasted. But you was funny looking. You ain't know how to dress. Your swag wasn't right. You didn't understand the customs. So you definitely got roasted.
You got socks and sandals and church pants to school. Come on now.
Exactly. You wasn't going to the right barbershop. None of that.
None of that.
You know, clothes.
He threw the maybe get jumped part in there. That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Yeah, that's why it's
now,
maybe.
If you got slick with your mouth, somebody probably popped you in it.
Right. But that's why it's maybe, because he realized what he was saying don't sound too bad. He like, you know, the guys, you know, they used to make fun of my clothes and stuff. Maybe I get jumped. Maybe you get jumped. Did you get jumped or not? What you mean, maybe?
Right.
You gonna know if you got jumped or not. It ain't no maybe. It's lying ass tether. Oh,
to the right barber. He didn't go to the right barber.
Exactly. Your dad cut your hair. He got tired of that afro. Your mom let you keep the afro, cause I'm a barber, y'all. I'm a barber. A very good percentage of my clientele right now is African. They don't let their kids wear their hair how they want to wear their hair.
Right.
They get in a regular Caesar, cut it low, line them up. That's it. When they be wanting to get the tapers and grow their hair out and all of that stuff, you trying to look like them FBAs now. No, we ain't doing all of that. Cut that shit off. That's all that they really let them do. His white mother let him grow his afro out because she thought that was cute. She likes that. She's like, oh, look at my son. You know, he got this Negro hair. She get to play all in the Negro hair and all of that, like they want to do anyway, that they don't really get to do. So now she got a little pet.
Little chia pet.
You know what I'm saying? So she let you grow your hair out. At a certain point, you started getting older. Your dad like, no, like I don't want him to be treated like the rest of these niggas. We gonna cut this shit off. He took you in the bathroom, got some clippers from Walmart, and he gave you a haircut, and you had to go to school the next day and get roasted, my nigga. That's what happened. That's what happened.
But you got roasted with everybody else. You were an easier target because your swag was off.
Right. And guess what? They loved you.
Right.
Those was really your niggas that was roasting you.
Right.
They wasn't gonna let nothing happen to you. They wasn't gonna jump you. They wasn't gonna do nothing to you. They gonna talk shit and roast the hell out you. But at the end of the day, they was gonna hold you down too, though.
Right. Because even when he's talking about it, you know, he felt adopted. That I mean, you know.
Right.
That let me know right now that they took care of you. You know what I'm saying? But you gonna get checked too, because we do check each other.
Right. Right.
You know, because we don't know if he came over here with that whole I'm educated, my dad's a PhD, you know, trying to flex on the FBAs and stuff. So, yeah, you going to get checked.
Yeah, he might have went to school with that bullshit.
Right. So, yeah, you gonna get checked and you going to get clowned and you might get popped with that arrogance that you coming with.
Yeah, you might have thought you was special.
We have to remind you.
Because they told you was different and all that. You found out how different you was.
No, they told him he was better.
Right. Exactly. Man. So look, we got to move on. Like I said, there's a lot more of that interview that we could get into and unpack. But where you want to go? Roland Martin or Dr. Fauci?
Roland Martin. Let's just... Because tomorrow, Tasha K is supposed... She said that what she saw, you know, is...
Hold on. Read her. Start from the beginning because some people might not know what's going on.
So, Tasha K announced, I think yesterday, that Roland Martin's team has confirmed to her team that they're stills, and she received a copy of them. So
hold on, you skipping.
Sorry, there's this woman, basically, who's not his wife, who has video and photos and stills of her jegging. Y'all can put a P on it. Jegging. Roland Martin. Doug the Builder and Roland Martin.
Man, Rolly. Say it.
Are we surprised with them dresses he be wearing, the moo-moos?
No, we ain't surprised. We've been knowing this. Come on. We knew you was in there. You might as well come on out.
Right.
We knew you was in there, nigga. We heard you rumbling around in the closet.
Round punk. And you know, with that, so what they try to do is they try to rationalize it, and they'll say that they're not punks because it was a woman.
Man, Roland Martin is one of the sassiest niggas on earth. Okay,
I agree.
He can't help it.
I agree with Ish. Another humiliation rituals. You've been, and why now? He's been around for a long time. Roland has been around for quite some time, so it does make you wonder, like, who
Who'd
has
he
he
piss
pissed
off?
off? You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Who you pissed off now?
He pissed somebody off. He pissed somebody off because he probably keep begging for another check. You know, it's election season, so he probably campaigning behind the scenes. Look, I know y'all gave me a little something last time. Y'all gonna have to up the ante.
Right.
Y'all gonna have to up the ante. We gonna have to do something this time. You know, last time I had to beg y'all for that little $300K y'all threw me. No, we ain't doing that. He probably on their bumper about that paper.
About
they say,
that paper.
They say, you know what? I think it's time to pull the plug on this Negro. They say, you know what?
He ain't effective anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't even worth the money, fool.
Right. They said, it's time to get him out the paint. That's probably all that happened. He was begging for some more butter biscuits.
Right.
The butter biscuits done dried up, Roland.
Well, from what Tasha was saying, she reached out to his team before she even made this public statement about the situation. He's knowledgeable about it. He said that he's been extorted, and on her brief, she did a little live. She said he never once said though that it wasn't him or that it wasn't authentic. He just said that he's being extorted. He's aware of it or whatever, and she let him know, well, I'm reaching out to you first, but I will be releasing it tomorrow, or Monday. So
well, let me read what she wrote. The first post that she wrote, she said, it's absolutely insane that I just received stills from a video allegedly showing Roland Martin inside a woman's home, not his wife, laid out on her bed, appearing to be
jagged,
chutted. The fact that the cameras are set up in the room. The fact that he allegedly sent her pictures of himself in a G-string.
No.
This is only the beginning. I wish I could unsee this. And then she followed that up with an update. She said, Roland Martin's team has confirmed to my team that the stills received of him appearing naked in a woman's home that's not his wife are 100% authentic. He says he is being extorted. He also proposed that he would be suing if we or any other blog disseminates these hilarious ass images of him appearing to be in a leopard print thong.
I am disgusted. Disgusted. I do.
So Tasha K show finna pop off the mall, y'all.
and because she was saying, like she's still, obviously with the Cardi B winning her lawsuit, type stuff, she don't back down. Listen, this stuff comes to me. And she even said it yesterday. She was like, I'm not going to let y'all, scare me with the suing stuff. Sue the person that's extorting you.
Right. Damn, Roland.
So him and what's the other bougie Democrat that just got, like, what is up with these people?
Andrew Gillum. Come on, you know you gotta do something strange to have any type of favor as a black man in the Democratic Party.
And it's always on some, sexual deviance type stuff. Always.
That's the only type of black man that's acceptable over there. And so that's what it is, man. But man, I know people gonna be on Roland's bumper. I can't wait to hear Tariq.
Oh yeah. Oh, he already said he said, like, if this comes out and it's authentic, and he's like, I'm gonna be beyond petty. Y'all already know. He's like, it's on and popping. So yeah.
This is gonna be the funniest shit on earth. Tariq is a funny ass dude, man.
Right.
When he start roasted, oh my God, he be having
and them cartoons and all that, man. And I hope it's a cartoon with Roland in a leopard thong.
You know
Like
it
he has
is. You know. Look, what they say. Um, reality is stranger than fiction.
Right.
Like the jokes write themselves.
Every single time.
Crazy. Yeah, Andrew Gillum. I don't know if we said that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Just another Andrew Gillum episode. These guys is into some strange things over there. Man.
Did y'all see Byron Allen says that slavery was never about race? Did y'all see that?
Yeah, he been saying that.
Like, dude, if it wasn't about race, then why were we the ones enslaved? Our ancestors. If it wasn't about race. They get with these white women and lose their damn mind.
He said this years ago, by the way. Hold on, let me see if I can find it, just for people that didn't hear it. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. But he said this years ago, back whenever that was, when he was going on the Breakfast Club and all of that stuff, when he was first doing that lawsuit against the networks. I forgot who he was suing. Was it this?
And calling on
the broadcast
Black
network
people,
or whatever it was?
Yeah. And specifically Foundation of Black Americans. Remember he had Yvette Carnell and that mushmouth dude, advocating for him. Yeah.
Back then, he was saying the same thing back then. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And even in his explanation, it don't make no sense. Because he's still talking about the racial aspect of it.
Right.
Hold on.
It's this slavery has never been about black or white. It's always been about green. We were brought here to make America rich.
Like right there, it contradicts itself. It's about green, but we were brought here. Why was it us?
Right. And Babylon food.
If it wasn't about race, they could have just brought people with them from Europe and put them to work.
Right.
They didn't have to make all them trips. They could have just came over here and put the Irish or whoever to work.
Anybody can become rich if you enslave millions of people and they work for free for close to 300 plus years. So once we were freed, then that's when the genocide kicked in.
Okay. So it wasn't about race, but now that the slave institution is done and over with, why are we still a threat? Why are we still a target?
Right.
Why are we now being genocided?
Based on race.
That's about green too? It's babble. It's babble.
And that's
because we were no longer
trying to appease white people. You know what I'm saying?
That's him thinking he sounds ultra black. Him trying to get grassroots support for whatever he got going on. Him trying to come across like everything he's doing is like he's like some civil rights icon in modern time. You're really not, because you're only doing for yourself. What you're doing is not something that is shifting anything for black people. You're getting yourself in a better position to do better deals and get ad revenue and all of the stuff that you're trying to get for yourself, for your company and your white wife.
Who's going to get everything in the end.
Yeah.
Assets, we immediately became competition. And they decided we do not want to share this great American economic pie with you. And then that's when lynching started. That is when the incarceration started. That is when they said, okay, you can't have access to a proper education or economic inclusion, loans that are not predatory.
Based on race. It was literally
right.
It was literally in the covenants. It was in writing. No people of African descent. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was in the damn literature. Based on race. This is too easy. I guess we got to call that billionaire babble. Billionaire babble.
A stupid babble. And did you guys see Auntie Luke? He mad at the Democrats now.
A lot of
y'all
people
know I'm not calling him uncle. Auntie Luke mad at the Democrats now. He's calling them out.
He's calling them out on the cheating and all the things that everybody had been saying from the beginning, including Trump. Now he's agreeing with Trump, y'all.
A lot of people got buyer's remorse with the Democrats.
Only because it's affecting him and his run for office, though.
Mm-hmm. Because it was him. We talked about Joy Reid and who else was it? Angela Rye and all of them complaining about the Democratic Party and what they need to do. And now Cory Booker, too.
This is all bait and switch.
Yeah, because they ain't talking about
tangibles. They ain't talking about reparations. They ain't talking about nothing. At the end of the day, they still gonna be prioritizing immigrants over us.
So this was Luke.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to agree with Donald Trump, but on this one, I gotta agree with him. These career politicians, Democrats that I've always supported, in my congressional race, they are really cheating.
Yeah, they cheat, nigga.
Okay. Been cheating.
Yeah, they cheat, nigga. All right. That's him announcing his nigga wake up call.
Right.
We don't even need to hear the rest of that. That's him letting you know he got his nigga wake up call.
Okay. Now let's get to Ouchie Fauci.
Cory Bussy.
Oh,
hold on. We're gonna go to Cory. We're gonna go to Cory Bussy real quick, and then we'll get into the Fauci thing. Where's Cory Bussy?
Is.
Here you go. Speaking of Bussy, pause.
Wait, didn't he allegedly get married? That fake little wedding.
I know he was dating
Dawson. Dawson.
One of those Latino.
Yeah.
Rosario Dawson. Yeah. I don't know, but that was some type of beard situation. These goofies will say anything to get elected and do nothing for us. It's about white acceptance and greenbacks.
That's all.
But here's Cory Bussy complaining about the Democrats.
They're going to talk about the party, and then in the end, they're going to support whatever the party says. They will never buck against it.
Exactly.
I feel like Democrats have helped pave the road to the hell we're in right now. And I think there's a fecklessness that should be unacceptable now for anybody in our party or anybody running for office. There are two things we've got to do. And
so I don't know why, but at this point, when I first saw this video, I thought he was actually about to say something.
Right.
I don't know why I expected this, but it sounded like he was going somewhere with it. Like, okay, the Democrat Party, if we're gonna win, we're gonna have to do something real big, y'all. I'm like, okay, I agree with that. Here go the big shit they gotta do, by the way.
And if we don't get them done, shame on us. I think we're gonna have a good midterm election. I think very possibly, if we do the work, we can end up with Democrats in January of 2029 holding the House, the Senate, and the White House. That work starts now. But if we get there and don't do two very big things, we don't deserve to lead anymore. Okay. And the first thing is once and for all to end the corruption that is eating away at our country. It's being normalized.
What does that even mean?
Right. Just talking.
What kind of legislation do you draw up around that?
And then, because what he's doing, right? What he's doing is still making the Republicans and Trump the bad guy. That's basically what he's saying. You're still not holding the Democrats accountable.
Now, if the Democrats ain't in power, how you going to end any corruption that's going on? Even though you're not being specific about anything, you just make this broad statement. Y'all supposed to just end the corruption.
You're a part of it.
Then get reelected?
You're a part of it.
We got to do two really big things, y'all. We got to end the corruption. What? I thought this nigga was about to say something. My bad.
In Washington, you have a Supreme Court right down the road from where I'm sitting right now that takes unlimited gifts from billionaires who have interest in matters before them. The highest court in the land has the lowest ethics laws. We need to pass bold legislation that puts term limits on Supreme Court members and puts ethics laws that really bind them. Number two, part of that answer, that first thing we need to do is end the corruption in Congress. It's on both sides. Senators trading stocks, Citizens United allowing unlimited corporate cash to flow. This is why almost a decade ago I gave up taking corporate PAC money. Last year I said enough. I'm not even going to take issue area PAC money. We need to start showing that we are.
All right, bottom line is they ain't talking about doing nothing for us.
The bottom line, and it's so funny because the first comment in there, this sister posted, the funniest thing about this stream was when he asked for donations at the end, and everyone in the chat unanimously said no at the same time. So he started begging for donations right at the end of this live that he did with Don Eliminated.
That's hilarious.
Crazy.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious. So, all right, y'all. We got to talk about
Ouchie.
Dr. Fauci's ass.
Ouchie Fauci.
They had him up in this congressional hearing getting grilled. They had him on the hot seat to answer questions about the origins of the C-19 situation and the whammy bammies that came after that. There's a lot of questions around that. You know, a lot of the Republicans were actually in line with what a lot of us were saying when all of that was going on, especially on the far right. A lot of them were, you know, against that whole push that was going on, all those mandates that was going on. We got to be careful with our language. And so now they're getting their lick back. They in power now. They got Fauci on the hot seat. And so they had him at this hearing. His lawyer got kicked out. His lawyer got removed. And he told him, listen, don't answer no questions. Just plead the fifth no matter what they ask you. And that's what he did. He sat his ass up there and pleaded the fifth.
100 and some odd times.
100 times. How many times?
I think it was like 111 times.
I heard it was more than that. I heard it was close to like 200 times.
Crazy.
But they was on his bumper. Let's play some of the clips. Because they was on his bumper during some of these hearings. But Fauci was standing on business. Fauci said, listen, y'all ain't saying nothing. Y'all ain't about to get me to say nothing. Because before these hearings, by the way, they was releasing passages from his diary. And so while all of this stuff was going on, he kept a diary. And he was talking about Dr. Wesley Muhammad and, you know, the Nation of Islam and all of these people in his diary. Did you see
No.
that? Yeah, he had some passages in his diary where he named Dr. Wesley Muhammad and some other people out here in the grassroots back and really bringing some truth to power about what was really going on. He had names in his diary. Only what I remember right now is Dr. Wesley, but Dr. Wesley was definitely named in his diary. And so all of that stuff came out right before these hearings. And so now he's like, if I get up here and say the wrong thing that contradicts anything that's in, you know what I'm saying, in the diary, you know what I mean? I'm going to be in contempt or whatever, because Dr. Fauci, he got a pardon from Biden's punk ass. That was one of the people that Biden pardoned on his way out preemptively, because there was no investigation, no charges against him, nothing pending. So they preemptively gave him a pardon. Can you hear me? Hello? Oh, can I be heard? What's good? What's going on? Oh, Nicety is frozen, I think. Yeah, somebody said that Dave Chappelle skit is true to this day. Right. It looked like a reenactment of the Dave Chappelle skit. He sat up there and pled the fifth non-stop. I think something's going on with Nicety's stream. She's frozen over there. Y'all let me know in the chat if I'm good. Let me know if I'm good in the chat. I'm going to just keep going until she get right. We share this. Oh yeah, Dr. Wesley was in the diary. Yep.
Who the fuck?
And by the way, shout out to Dr. Wesley Muhammad. He's a friend of the show. We had him on. Y'all make sure y'all go check out the great interview that I did with Dr. Wesley, where we broke down the lyrics to my song "Who Killed Malcolm." Me and my brother DJ RP Beats, we got a record called "Who Killed Malcolm" off of the Master's Table album. And Dr. Wesley came on with me and did a lyrical breakdown of that record. If you never got a chance to check that out, make sure y'all go check that out. I need to reshare that. I need to reshare that because we was on point this whole time when it came to all of this stuff about the pandemic. I did a record called The Plandemic, which is also on that same album, by the way. I didn't mean to do that. What did I just do? Did I get Nicey off? Yeah. She should be back in a second. I don't know what's going on with Nicey's thing. And I'm over here talking. I don't even know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? They said my sound is messed up. Well, y'all heard what I was saying about Dr. Wesley, so is my sound messed up or not? See, I don't even know if y'all can hear me now. Y'all gotta let me know in the chat. Am I good?
Yeah.
Let me see. Nicey's back. You good?
Yeah, we had this silver alert and it just knocked me out.
Silver alert?
That meaning an elderly person has gone missing? Like an Amber Alert, but they do the silver alert here.
Okay. Am I good, Mr. Ish?
Yeah.
Tom Petty? Let me know if I'm good.
Yeah, you good.
Okay, loud and clear. All right, thanks. Thanks. All right, so let me play this. Let me play some of these clips from Dr. Fauci. But what I was saying was, I don't even know if I got to finish my thought, but what I was saying was, we did a record called The Plandemic. There's a part 1 and a part 2. Part 1, and then part 2 is featuring Aida. The Plandemic. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out because everything that we were saying in real time was on point. And we are being vindicated. All of us out here in the grassroots, everybody who is resistant toward these mandates with the jabs and the mask and all of this stuff that they was trying to get people to go along with. Shout out to Kyrie Irving, who stood 10 toes down and was willing to sacrifice his career and his standing and all of that to stand for what was right. He took a stand with working people because people were losing their jobs and not able to go to work, not able to travel and do certain things because they didn't want to go along with the jibby jabs. And so he took a stand with all of those people that were going through that, and he put his own job on the line. So shout out to him. And so now he's vindicated, and Stephen A. Smith and all these people got to come and apologize to him because they was talking real greasy about our brother while all this was going on. You good, Nicey, or are you frozen again?
I'm good. No,
okay.
I'm good.
Okay, because all I see is forehead. My bad.
What do you think you were for doing that? Your advice to communities like that, to idiotic politicians who enforce those rules, arrested that mom for watching a football game with her own family outside. When that story broke, I said to myself, I cannot stand idly on the side and watch this happen. It was about 6 years ago today that I decided I'm going to give up my businesses, sell them all, run for office, run for the United States Senate. Here I am sitting in front of you 6 years later saying, who the fuck do you think you were for doing that?
That's what I'm saying. A lot of white folks wasn't with this shit. When this shit was going on, I don't know about where y'all live at. I know California, you know, you out there.
They was lining up for the stupid stuff.
Yeah. Down here in these red states, white people wasn't going for that shit. They wasn't trying to hear that shit at all. You trying to tell us where we can and can't go and we got to wear a mask and do this, that, and the third? They wasn't trying to hear that at all.
You'll be surprised to know out here you got fools still walking around here with these masks on, y'all.
I believe it.
Looking crazy as hell.
We was only closed down here for maybe 3 weeks or less. When everything got closed down here, it opened right back up in less than a month. We was right back open up. It was, you know, it was a little different. They had the social distancing and all of that stuff going on, but most places around the country was shut down for a minute.
Here.
You know what I'm saying? Out here, we were still moving around, still doing what we do. You know what I mean? But, yeah, it was crazy. Said Wendy Williams also spoke out against it.
And look what they did to her.
Interesting. Oh, somebody put the link to the Plandemic song in the chat, by the way. Shout out to my brother Ish. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out.
It is a total disgrace what you did to this country. And if my Democrat colleagues are standing there defending you, I hope the voters of the United States of America watch the clips of every one of you doting on a guy who was more interested in being a celebrity than saving American people.
So this nigga wasn't even in politics. He got in politics for the specific purpose of getting at Dr. Fauci's ass.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? And because, man, when you think about that shit, that was nuts. People couldn't go to their loved ones' funerals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was nuts.
Even if your loved one was in a hospital, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't, be there by their bedside, make sure that they're getting the right, medical care and all the things. You usually have someone there advocating for you and stuff like that. None of that was happening.
Right. Said in Chicago, they went along like some carnival clowns. Some of my family let them jab them. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, real talk. Real talk.
You got family members that wouldn't let you come over to their house if you weren't jabbed.
Real talk. That media is a powerful thing, y'all. But listen to this. They was getting at Fauci.
Well, nothing says honesty like taking the fifth, huh, Doc? Let's try something. What day of the week is it today?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color tie are you wearing?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color's the carpet in front of you?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Let's just get one thing straight. You don't have any rights under the Fifth Amendment because you've been pardoned, as you very well know. As the Supreme Court has been clear for a century and more, Brown versus Walker, 1896, when he has been pardoned, he may not stand upon his privilege.
That was interesting right there. That was interesting right there. You don't even got the right to plead the fifth. You already been pardoned. And so that's something that I didn't know.
But maybe that pardon didn't include certain things, and they're scared that he can say something that may not be under that, and he can get arrested for. I don't know.
Right. No, you're right. Because from what I saw, because I didn't know about that, so I had to look it up. And so from what I saw, it doesn't pardon you from future things. So if he gets found in contempt, he's not pardoned for that. You know what I'm saying? That would be in real time. So he would have to be held accountable for the contempt or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If he purges himself.
But you can't say what color tie you got on.
Right. He like, look, I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. I'm going out on my sword. This shit going with me to the grave. Y'all ain't finna get me. Fauci been doing this a long time. And he's being protected, by the way. You notice they said, yeah, my Democratic colleagues up here trying to defend you. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody should be trying to defend this. That was insane.
Especially what we know now. No one should be defending him or those. None of that.
Right. When you got Sambos like Stephen A. And Stephen A. had to go on, I think he was on his own platform. He wasn't on ESPN with that. He didn't go on ESPN and apologize to Kyrie. He had to use his own platform for that. He was like, nah, not over here, nigga.
You speaking, and I know you. I saw your clips with that Ryan, whatever his name is, who got fired from
Ryan Clark.
ESPN. Yeah, the crying. I don't want to see another black man crying over a job like that. Like that disgusted me.
Call your mom. Tell her she's trying to call me. Tell her I'm on live. Yeah. Let me see. But yeah, man, we all are being vindicated in this time. Shout out to Reza Islam.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Dr.
saying?
Wesley.
I remember being out there at the CDC with Reza
Oh
and,
yeah.
the brothers from the nation. We was out there at the CDC standing on business, calling out the bullshit. And we was 100% on point. Like everything that we was saying was facts. Everything that they were saying was conspiracy and all of this stuff. We what was it? We anti-science and what was the words they was using? What was the words they was using against us? They was trying to, when we was getting those community strikes on Facebook and Twitter and all of that, we was getting all these community strikes. They was saying we was using, it wasn't saying misinformation. I forgot the words they was using. But we was 100% correct. Everything that we was saying. Said Ryan Clark, you really disappointed me, bro.
It was. That
Bro,
was
you
very
okay?
much, beta.
It was, for me, it was the reasoning behind it. Talking about you just wanted to be accepted and all of this stuff. Like, nigga, you supposed to know better. Yeah, we was anti this and that. We still gotta watch our language on here.
It's right.
Right.
They're still giving strikes and stuff.
Yeah, disinformation. It wasn't misinformation. Shout out to
It was disinformation.
It was disinformation. All right. We was Russians and all kind of stuff. All right. They had all kind of derogatory words for us. Yeah, that's what they said we was pushing. You're right, right. Exactly. And so yeah, we all vindicated out here. Y'all go listen to Plandemic today.
Right.
Make sure y'all
put it on
that
repeat. Put it on repeat.
Who shot you? The nurse or the doctor? That needle in your arm was a wicked concoction. Moderna or Pfizer? Remember what I heard from Elijah. It's written in your scripture that the devil's a liar. Something to think about when you watching the news. All of a sudden you fearful and you kind of confused. If Alan Dershowitz wasn't a silent murderer, then why he won't debate Reza Islam? Yo, y'all gotta go listen to that record, man. Everything that we said was on point.
I think that full vindication would be him going to jail.
Right.
Every dime that he made, from selling that poison, he has to donate that, to the families of those that were lost, from taking that poison.
Man.
Because he gets to go home and still sleep good at night. And I guarantee you, neither him or his family took it.
Wait a minute. I'm just now seeing this. Is this breaking news?
What?
The brother that played Bob Marley got
Yeah, I just sent that to you.
Oh, wow. They said Bob Marley, One Love actor Ras Ajay was pew-pewed and unalived in Waterford. Brian Boucher, a 47-year-old reggae artist and actor popularly known as Ras Ajay, was unalived. I'm just now seeing that.
This was on Saturday night.
Okay. Oh wow. Rest in peace to that brother. I never even saw that movie. Never even saw that movie. Know there was a lot of controversy around it, but I heard it was pretty good. But back to some of the stuff that we was talking about earlier with the tethering, especially over there on the 154 podcast. They had some guy over there again with the same nonsense. I don't know who this guy is. Never seen him before. But of course, they on there talking about us again.
Even Corey Holcomb calling him out.
And shout out to Corey Holcomb. And shout out to this sister, Theo the Truth. I like following her page. She got some good content on her page. She be on they bumper. Let me say that. She be on these tethers bumper. She be reacting to a lot of clips that I didn't even see out there. I guess on TikTok, it's a gang of these clips out there. I don't be on TikTok enough. You know what I mean? But I like following her page on IG, Theo the Truth. and she's a fine FBA sister that be on these people bumper. So y'all make sure y'all follow her.
My black friends would be, you know, they'll kind of fall into that trap of like not being proud of being connected to Africa. You know what I mean? I always tell them, like, if Africa was in a position, like a financial position, as like some European countries, you'd be a lot more proud. Because you don't understand the history of how things are, right? Yeah. But in college, I was, you know, a lot of my black friends, I was born in the States, they were like trying to be connected to Africa. So I love.
First of all, I like to start here. Because first of all, African pride is a black American thing.
Yep.
Can I say that again?
Louder for the people that didn't hear you in the back, please.
African pride was cultivated here in black America. Y'all still ain't really proud to be African like that. A lot of y'all are ashamed of where you come from. A lot
You
of
notice
y'all are
when
very ashamed.
when Tariq is live, and the first thing he'll ask, oh, okay, so you know, what's your name and where you from?
What does that matter,
I'm not
nigga?
going to answer that. I'm not going to like.
What does that
like
matter,
it's-
nigga?
Yeah.
They get offended.
Like, why are you scared to say where your family's from?
They get offended just by asking them where they from. So these people are not proud of where they're from. They trying to do whatever they can to get the hell up out of there and never go back. For the most
Not
part.
just that, bleaching.
Right.
You know, but like all these things lets me know that you hate being who you are.
Right. Ain't nobody making no money selling bleaching cream over here.
No.
Bleaching cream is not a hot commodity over here.
Maybe we should start selling it.
Yeah, it might pop off.
It might pop. I mean, we're not going to
business
buy
venture.
it more than likely. Our customers are not going to be FBA, but that's fine.
Right. It don't matter. It's about green.
That's it.
It ain't about race.
I may have to look into. This.
Might have to get this creamy crack popping off over here.
You know what I'm saying?
We used to dealing with white, but we got to deal with a different type of white. Get this smutty. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, we was the ones holding up African pride. We was the one throwing on dashikis and making it fly. And again, tattooing Africa on ourselves and all of that. That was us doing that. Naming ourselves after ancient African royalty and all of that shit. You know what I mean? My son named Seven Hey Roo. My other son named Zaire. You know what I'm saying? These is pre-colonial
My nephew named Zaire.
African names. You know what I mean? We was the ones doing that. Y'all name y'all kids Jermaine and Nelson and Patrick. And anything that you could do to get away from anything that sound African. I go through that all the time with my young clients. They get in my chair. What's your name, young man? They tell me some white name. I'll be like, that is not your name. I'm talking about they be fresh from the continent.
Fresh.
Peppercorn still popping, all that. Talking about, my name's Josh. I'm like, that is not your name, young man. What's your tribal name?
Right.
And they always got one.
Do they tell you?
Yeah, they always got one. It'd be like 2 sentences long. I'm like, oh, okay, that's why you know about Josh.
So you shortened it.
Well, okay, so I guess I just call you Josh. Nah, but most of the time, to be honest, most of the time, it's not even really something that's hard to pronounce.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Once you hear it, like, okay, all right, your name is your name. You know what I mean? Why you saying your name is Josh? But that's how their parents train them. When you go out into the world, this is your name. You know,
assimilate into whiteness.
Right.
Assimilate into whiteness, but don't fuck with them FBA. Stay away from the Akata.
Right. Y'all tone down the Africanness when y'all get over here around white mommy and daddy. We don't do that. We wasn't doing that. And so now that we are delineating, because we're looking at our own unique history and culture over here, which is something that we overlooked for way too long. Now that we're actually focusing on what we built here, and we're taking credit for our accomplishments, our unique accomplishments, now y'all want to try to act like, oh, we just brainwashed and we're ashamed of being African. No, that ain't what it is. That ain't what it is. We just realized, yo, you know what? we are colors to these people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They really ain't rocking with us like that, to be honest.
Never have.
I like I said, I got plenty of Africans that I'm cool with. I got a good large percentage of my clientele base that's African. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know one.
Huh?
I don't know one.
It's like that in LA.
I mean, you have little Ethiopia, which is just a little like maybe a block, not even a long block of like Ethiopian restaurants. But we don't see them like that.
Eritreans and all that. You had
Yeah.
Nipsey was out there.
Nipsey. You don't see them though. I don't.
It's
To be
like
honest, you don't see them like that. No. I remember years ago, I went to IHOP one morning, and it was a Ethiopian waitress that served us. We went to the one in Inglewood or whatever, and obviously she's African. She kind of looked like Iman to me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, where are you from? And she told me, and I was like, okay, sister. She looked at me like, I ain't come up. This is like 10 years ago, but you know what I'm saying? But yeah, they don't look at us as the same or one black people at all.
They know the difference. They know the difference. They be trying to play dumb now that we are acknowledging
delineated.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's crazy because the first time I really encountered that was back in 2001. I was incarcerated in Clinton Correctional Facility, which is right on the border near Canada. Dannemora, New York, for anybody that know. It's right up there on the border near Canada. And so you up there in the mountains, it ain't nothing but crackers up in there. All the police, all the guards, it's nothing but crackers. Except for this one black dude who, I forgot what he did, but he was a civilian. He wasn't a CEO. I forgot what his job was, but he was a civilian that worked there. He was like literally the only black staff member in that whole prison. But he was from Canada, and he did not identify as black. I'm talking about he was dark, like
jet black.
Yeah, like Akon black. And he said he would tell you, I'm not black, I'm French Canadian. That's the first time I ever really encountered that. I never really seen somebody who looked that black who would say something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of really didn't pay it no mind back then. I just figured something wrong with him. Like, what the hell this nigga talking about? But he said, I'm not black, I'm French Canadian. And don't you niggas try to act like we cool up in here just because we look the same. That was his whole attitude. Like, don't try to get cool with me because you see me up in here. Because literally he was the only black person. So when you see him, it's like, oh shit, what's up, bro? You know what I mean?
Right. Nah, he let you know.
He let you know.
Me like, no black.
No, I ain't one of y'all.
Me no
That's
black.
The first time I ever came across some shit like that. You know what I mean?
And that's in 2001. You think about that too.
Right.
How long? You know what I'm saying?
Right. But he was right though. He was right. He wasn't FBA. He was a French Canadian.
Right.
They got a whole different identity.
But the thing is the French part. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the French part for me.
Right.
Like, it's just like, it's the French part.
Right, because being a black person in Canada, identifying as a French Canadian, he's not acknowledging his African
at all.
He's from Africa. Like, he got a grandparent or somebody from Africa.
I would have respected if he said, I'm Nigerian, but, and I was raised in Canada. I don't know.
Right. This nigga said I'm French Canadian. Black as hell. Hold on. We've been on here for about 2 hours. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. Make sure y'all liking, sharing, subscribing, all of that good stuff if you haven't done so already. We're gonna get ready to close out in just a minute, but let's listen to some more of this tether babble.
Of that switch that happened. Even like now when people do 23andMe, like, I'm 23andMe, like, oh, yo, Chin,
I love it.
I'm 20% Nigerian.
They get the results.
I'm like, yeah, man, you are, bro. You know what I mean? Because I'll tell them, like, even like Nigerians, like, we didn't draw those lines. We didn't carve our country. White people did that. Yeah. And so, like, I'm like, if you don't even know what country you're from, claim all of it, bro. You know what I mean?
You don't lie.
By that logic, he said his friends take their 23andMe and find out that they got some African in them, they be hype. And you be excited for them. Like, yeah, you is African, bro. Even though you don't know what country you from, just claim all of it, bro. Just claim all of it. But like you said, y'all didn't draw those lines. White people created Nigeria. So do you know where you from?
Right.
Because Nigeria is younger than the United States of America, way younger than the United States of America. And so if we're not really Americans, are you really Nigerian?
Right.
Why is it okay for you to claim Nigeria and being Nigerian and trying to tell us that we Nigerian too, when there wasn't no such
claim
thing
all
as
of it.
wasn't no such thing as no damn Nigeria whenever we did have an ancestor back in Africa hundreds, maybe thousands of years ago in some cases. Because did you see Lena Waithe? I don't know if this is old or not. I don't even know if they still do that show. But she did the ancestry thing with Skip Gates. She was on that show, Finding Your Roots. Lena Waithe did her thing on Finding Your Roots, and they found a Native American grandmother of hers. They said, "Wow, we wasn't expecting this, but
why not?
You're a descendant of this a specific Native American person that they found is her grandmother. You come from this lineage." And so they didn't really explain it to her of, the relationship between, the indigenous people here and the Africans that were brought over, and you know what I'm saying? The ethnogenesis that took place. They didn't explain that. They was trying to act like this is some mystery. Oh, we don't know, but apparently
they knew.
One of your grandparents, they was here, and they said this is what they said. They was here when both sets of immigrants showed up. The white immigrants, no, they said the voluntary immigrants and the involuntary immigrants. Nigga, ain't no such thing as an involuntary
Always trying
immigrant.
to downplay something, especially when it comes to that native.
Voluntary immigrant is an oxymoron. That don't even make no sense.
No damn sense.
Du Bois Gates, right. That don't even make no sense, family. A voluntary immigrant, by definition, an immigrant volunteers to go from one place to another seeking a better life. That's the definition of an immigrant. Moving from one place to another, seeking better life and a better opportunity.
Well, they say that about us because some of us left the South and came, to California. You know what I'm saying? Or somewhere north. Country. Right, still our country. We can move around freely in our country.
That we built and where we pay taxes.
Unlike what you guys are doing, in South Africa, to the other Africans that's coming over to South Africa. It's still one Africa, I thought.
Right. Right.
So it's not their country. It's not one Africa, right?
Insane. But he talking about just claim it all. Just
claim it all.
Yeah. We supposed to be just generic Africans, literally.
Only us.
Claim it all. That's literally saying we just be a generic African. If the problem is we don't know who we are, we don't know where we from, how closer are we to that by just claiming the whole continent? How closer are we to knowing who we are by that logic?
With 54 countries in that one continent. Just claim it all.
Right. There is no African culture. There is no African language. You know what I'm saying? Like there's thousands of different cultures and languages and ways of life on that continent.
And tribes.
For all the other stuff that it's created, it has connected us in a way that there was the disconnect where I am Leo, my mom from Louisiana, like whoa, but before then, you know what I mean? And it's this cool.
Once again,
shout out to the sister again, Theo the Truth. I'm gonna let y'all hear her response to it too, but these bad faith, weird ass arguments, man. But wait.
It's beyond weird at this point.
Before Louisiana, where was you from before Louisiana? Where was you from before Nigeria, nigga?
Right.
You don't know.
Right.
You don't know. You literally don't know. If we got to go back to the same date, if I got to trace back the same amount of grandparents to get to Africa somewhere, if you trace back those same amount of grandparents, they don't know shit about Nigeria.
They can't even trace it because all of them got the same birthday. They didn't have last names to the 1800s. You know what I'm saying? So they're not able to do what we're able to do when it comes to our ancestry.
Literally can't. It's impossible. It's impossible for you to do what it take the average FBA person 15 minutes to do on Ancestry.com. Right. The average
because
FBA
we are very well documented.
Right. We could find our grandparents from the 18 to 1700s in 15, 20 minutes. Y'all can't
with documents. I found probate documents. I found where my ancestors were sold, how much they were sold for. I found the will of the enslaver with my ancestors' names in them, who they were being passed down to.
Yep.
I found freedmen documents. I found Creek Indian documents, Choctaw Indian documents. Can y'all do that?
I mean, come on, man. This is too easy. But let me play her response. And then we can get up out of here. 1 second. Here we go.
And why is this podcast called 154 Africa? Because they have not mentioned anything, at least as far as I've seen. None of the clips that I've seen have mentioned any of the 54. They might as well just go ahead and change the name to 149 mil Black America, because that's literally all they talk about.
Facts.
Like, I don't understand how you could say that the podcast is about uniting Africa one story at a time, because that's what it says in your title, your podcast description. But you only ever talk about one group. So how are you uniting people when you only address one group, especially when there is a shit ton of topics that you could talk about, that you can address, extremely important topics that you could be addressing on the African continent. The obsession with trying to get us Black Americans to just label ourselves as African is very weird to me. It doesn't make sense. I don't see the relevance. I don't see how that affects their lives. I don't see how that affects anybody's life. Rather not we call ourselves African American, associate with Africa, take a 23andMe DNA test and try to trace ourselves to some specific region on the continent of Africa.
But it does make a difference in their lives.
Yeah.
Because when we delineate, that dries up a lot of their scams.
Yep. It exposes a lot of their scams too.
Right.
It dries up that little tour money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All these little scams and hustles that they got it's exposed these fake degrees.
All of that, y'all jumping in line for what we supposed to get and all of that.
Right.
That dries all of that up. And that's the reason why they got a problem with it.
Yep. I mean, one thing that I haven't, like she said, there's so many things about Africa that they can discuss. Something we've discussed here, like that grape festival. I heard, you know what I'm saying, that 154 podcast bring that up.
Right. Why y'all ain't talking about that?
You know what I'm saying? But see, they also want to Africanize us, so then we're also responsible for that grape festival and culture that they bring. You know what I'm saying? No. Y'all not about to tie us into all your filth. We got our own filth.
They don't do episodes about Boko Haram.
No.
And all the child soldiers and the active wars that are happening right now on the continent. They don't do episodes about that and talk about solutions to those problems.
And also, I'm going to piggyback on something Corey done said. You ain't never seen Godfrey with no woman.
Damn.
I'm just... Godfrey. Come here. Godfrey's like 56 years old, if I'm not mistaken. 55 or 56 years old. You've been in Hollywood, whatever. You brought up in Chicago. You haven't been linked to not one woman. Almost 60 years old, no children, unmarried. You ain't walked the red carpet, movie premiere, nothing. What a woman. Y'all don't find that suspicious?
You don't find that suspicious? Sound like some Bussy Martin action might be going on.
I'm just saying. And so he also better tread lightly too. You know what I'm saying? Because when you start playing around with these folks, you know what I'm saying, and they throwing you out here, that lets me know eventually we're gonna find something else about we're gonna find something out about you.
Big facts, family. Big facts. Well, this was a good episode today. Didn't y'all miss Nicety, y'all?
I missed y'all too.
Nicety was gone for like a month. Didn't y'all miss
Yeah,
Nicety?
it'll be a month on the 8th, since the situation. So yeah.
This was this was a very good broadcast right here. See, we be needing that energy. We be needing
I ain't
that
ready
energy.
to go yet. We got 2 more to talk about really quick. So I don't know if y'all seen this video. I'll put it in there. It's at the bottom. Haitian residents in Ohio given the option to either wear an ankle monitor or be deported with $2,600 after Supreme Court allowed Trump administration to end immigration status. These fools is walking out with ankle monitors anywhere but home. Anywhere but home.
Where's that?
Like,
at?
seriously? I just put it in the materials. It's at the bottom.
No, I'm saying, what city was that?
Ohio.
Oh, that was in Ohio. Okay, yeah, it's trouble, man. Trouble.
And my thing is, and that's kind of ridiculous because it's not like people don't know how to cut those things off. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that kind of defeats the purpose to me too.
And will. Don't think they won't.
And then this last one, I was looking at this little prison stories things that be on YouTube, and there was this white dude, you know, that served some time, and he was talking about how the African COs in there treat the black people, black Americans basically. And it was this one black dude that got inmate that got fed up with the African CEO, you know, mistreating him and basically beat the britches off of him. You know what I'm saying? Because he was fed up with the treatment that he was getting from this African.
And that's down there in Texas. Y'all know we've been.
And this is in Dallas, Texas. Yeah.
Y'all know we've been talking about that for.
That's why I screen recorded it, because I was like, we've been talking about this for so long, and you know, this little white dude just basically confirmed, you know what I'm saying, the black experience, because he's not talking about his experience with the CEO. He's talking about the black Americans, the foundational black Americans experience with the African CEOs.
I thought I could speed it up, but apparently I can't speed it up.
But yeah, that's fine. You don't have to. But if y'all can always check it out. But yes, it's interesting. A lot of the stuff that we've been talking about for years at this point, and now other people are validating everything. You know what I'm saying? Or talking about it.
Let me play some of it.
And the African followed him in the day room. At this time, P-Wing, G3 Wing had no cameras. There was no cameras over there whatsoever in the day room. I'm not privy to exact words that were said. I just heard things, but I saw what happened. Mad Dog snapped on that officer and beat that man almost to death. They had to emergency chain him off that unit right then and there because there's so many Africans that work on that unit.
Yes.
That African came out of there limp, stretched out on the gurney. Hey, looked dead. Blood everywhere. Nasty. That personally was one of the nastiest things, worst things I've seen happen to a law.
He got them FBA hands put on him.
He got them FBA hands put on him because he was trying to impress them white boys up in there, them white COs.
Okay, Peter Ogun. I missed it. I didn't even see it. I was on the other screen. I don't know what Nicety was doing over there, trying to flash niggas.
I didn't know I was flashing thigh meat. Little thigh meat.
You over there flashing niggas, okay?
Little thigh meat, just a little thigh.
Listen, y'all. Appreciate y'all rocking with us as always. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all stay tapped in with us, man. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. If you're watching this on the replay, make sure you hit the hype button as well. Hype this video up.
Hype.
Share this out on your social media platforms. Stay tapped in with us, man. We're going to be doing this on a regular like we always do at this time, man.
And I plan to be back next Sunday on schedule.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's back to school down here now. My son starts school
we
tomorrow.
don't go back there. It was this month, I think, like around the 13th or something.
My son starts school tomorrow. Most of the kids out here, they start school on Wednesday. But Seven going to this new charter school out here. Glad we got accepted to that. I'm definitely looking forward to this school year for him. Going into middle school now, 6th grade and all that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How old was Seven when we did Seven the Super Hero? Was he like 4?
Damn. I don't know.
It's been what, 4 years, right?
How long has it
3
been?
years,
I don't
4
even
years?
know.
Yeah.
Something like that. But he's 11. He's gonna be 11 in a couple of weeks. But yeah, it's been a minute, man. He growing up.
Maybe he was 6. He wasn't 7 though. He definitely wasn't 7.
Nah. We was already doing our thing when he turned 7. So yeah,
Right.
You're right. Because I remember his 7th birthday and all of that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I already had it. Yeah, we was already doing our thing. Yep. We was already doing our thing. But yeah, man, it's that time again. Ja going back to school too. He going back to college. He just came back from overseas too. Shout out to
I
my
saw
son,
the
Ja.
video.
He was over there in Armenia balling this summer.
That's crazy though. Armenia. No, I'm thinking of the soccer team. You know what I'm talking about, Argentina, but not
Argentina.
Armenia.
Argentina.
Yeah.
Nah. He was over there in Europe. He played for the Armenian team, which they team sucked, by the way. But he did his thing. He was
Right.
out
Long
there
as he
balling.
did, he got his numbers. He can't be
and he
not.
and he got them their second win. He got them their second win ever. They only won one game ever before he got there.
Wow.
And so he led them to their second victory that they had in the history of the team. They suck.
That's crazy.
They suck. They suck bad.
Is there any other black people on the team though?
I think I seen one other black kid was on the team with him. I don't know where he was from, but it was one other black kid. He was kind of trash too.
No.
Oh, there. He could shoot, but that's all he really
That's
had.
all.
That's all he really
No
had.
defense, no offense.
Yeah, he was little. You know what I mean? They played against I think it was Albania. I think it was the Albania. One of them teams they played beat them by 80 points.
Jeez. Ouch.
80 points. I said,
Ouch.
damn. After that beat down, I said, come back home.
Ouch.
I said, come back on home, son. But nah, it was a good experience for him.
Yeah.
He went
How
out
long
there
was
and
he
did his
there
thing. For like most of July. He went at the end of June and came back toward the end of July. Yeah. So it was just a tournament.
A good place to visit. You got to experience, you know what I'm saying, another culture, another country and things like that. So
yeah. But yeah. All right, fam. We about to get up out of here, man. Gotta end this. But always remember.
yeah, I
fam,
cooked dinner. I made a chicken lasagna for the first time, y'all.
that sounds so good, but I'm on
And
diet
it is
right now.
when I tell you it came out fire.
That sound good. What you used? Thigh
I
meat?
used I used chicken thigh meat,
Thigh meat,
boneless,
yeah.
skinless chicken thigh, but also ground chicken as well. So I mixed it. You know what I'm saying, the meats or whatever, made my sauce, you know, all the things and layered it. I don't use ricotta. I use cottage cheese. That's my thing. But in my cottage cheese, I use parsley, basil, lemon zest, and some lemon juice, you know, and kind of flavor it up a little bit when I layer mine. So the only thing I don't use is ricotta. I prefer to use cottage cheese on mine, but
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
yeah.
Cottage cheese, that's good. But that does it for today's episode of Sincere Love the Godcast. Appreciate all of y'all tuning in as usual. Always remember, family, we are not the master teachers. We are only the master students and signal boosters for the voices of the new black media. Peace.